What's up, guys? So here we are on the grand finale, part 3. We are finally getting this video out. Now, I just want to tell you guys that this should have been out on the last day, but the video corrupted, and I spent a day and a half fixing it. This is also the 4th time I am commentating this, so I will probably make mistakes. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. But throughout the first 5 minutes of the video, you will be seeing my recharge journey. Yes, I am like back addicted into this game. I mean, you saw me recharge 20k for that first week I came back into Ultra Hero and Bargain Sale. Stack up gold, get sexy Kokuto. Then you saw me spend 90k gold on the first day in the first part. The entire formation change on the second part. And then here, I've recharged 2k gold every single day for 9 days. I missed one day because I was just way too sick and I couldn't get to the computer. But still, recharged 5k 9 times. You were getting exclusives as well as all these other good items for recharging, and gave you a few more prayer chances to get Christmas cards, which was overall really solid. I mean, 150% super value. You had the gold wheel in the first part, which gave you a little bit of gold and to make money, which, you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. I also wanted to get myself 140 accessories to get myself Hellverse a bit more stacked. I reached that point where my original formation was focusing on the supports, and now it's like it relies on HVI, which the funniest thing is, this formation I'm doing now, it really brings me nostalgia to Brazil. For those of you who remember those videos, I started off the team with Shinemu Yawatch as well as Handsome Toshiro, and the idea was kind of the same. You know, I had Shinemu to be the fastest one and buff Yawatch, plus she was also to trigger Ryujin in the battle. So my Yawatch could like one-man army and tank hits. Then I wanted to have Handsome Toshiro basically freeze the enemy so Yawatch could do more damage with the skill. Now this is a more complicated, more expensive version of the team where you have Daigaron Toshiro being the fastest support in the game right now. He will skill, freeze the enemy. Hellverse Ichigo will be the second one to hit. And I have Kokuto there so his modification boosts Hellverse's damage. So the team is like feels really nostalgic. It's pretty much the same thing I try to do in Brazil. Except on, you know, the American side, you have to spend a lot more money to get less stuff, and it's just a mess. But anyway, it was crazy. I mean, I have probably spent over 140k gold throughout this entire Christmas carnival. Now, recharging also gave me all those candies, which I was using for sockets and basic furies later on. So recharging was really good. Spending, I feel like, was really good. Red Slaves were giving 500 exclusives as well as a Spirit Stone box, or level 10 Spirit Stone box. So I honestly really do enjoy this Christmas Carnival. I think it was the best event I participated in. It's probably been better than Dragon Ball Festival, to be honest. I mean, I'll be the judge of that again this year because I'll be doing 2018 or next year. When the Dragon Ball Festival comes out at the end of May, I'll be participating in that because I do need mod souls. But, you know, doing all this week, it's been a lot of work. I can tell you that across 3 videos, I have recorded 9 hours of footage, edited them to be a video, and commentated over them. Plus the first part and the third part managed to corrupt on me, which really delayed everything. And it's been a mess, but it's been fun, you know, changing up my formation. I've seen a lot of significant changes. I also got Shino pills from all those recharges, and those things just don't give enough stats for the amount of levels you get. They really don't. But finally, also the second set of events during the second half gave the mysterious puzzle event, which I was able to get more level 4 Spirit Stone boxes. And it was overall a great pairing. But here we are on the last day, 286 candies saved up. I am able to get 40k Christmas cards with just the free slay chances, so I didn't even need to spend any more. I could have saved up 42k gold, or not 40k, like 40k because I need to spend 2k. I could have gotten like another partner because a 40k partner is 32k gold. I could have gotten like anything, but I did need to get myself the Grimjaw mod soul. I need to focus battle power now. I'm gonna keep this team. It works so well. It's honestly made the game a lot of fun for me right now. But it was a very expensive, I mean, makeover, especially, you know, from the start of getting Kokuto and stacking the gold till now. It's been very expensive. I need to calm down my addiction. But finally getting Kokuto, I had to level him up. First thing you have to do whenever you get a partner as well is do bonds. So I swap over Namaya's equipment to him, and you know, the equipment Namaya had is honestly not the greatest. There was a lot of Kokuto needed a lot of work, and he still does. So I really want to balance out my formation. Instead of stacking one partner, I just really want to make the team overall better. The only future changes I might do to the team is get Gerard over Kukaku, or if they do a new Vanguard, that's also an orange tier. That could be a possibility, but I don't know. As far as new partners coming out, there's going to be a long wait for that. But Kokuto's bond, straightforward. The same as, I guess, any other supports. I'm just assuming this because his requirements were the same as Toshiro. Funny enough, Namaya's equipment is just that trash. I had to level up Kokuto to 130, then swap Toshiro's stuff over. Otherwise, he just didn't have enough damage to kill the Vanguard. So, you know, that's kind of the issue with having a 130 set. But I still am wondering what I'm going to do with my Asachi. For now, I just stack and hope I get that 140 set in the upcoming months. And I also wanted to do the reincarnation trick for Inherit to get myself XP books. So for every 4II partner, you get yourself, you lose 1,000 reincarnation stones, but you get 16,000 epic XP books, which give you so much XP. I do this twice because I could have done it a third time probably, but I was just unsure of it. Finally did this bond. And the good thing about Kokuto is he shares 3 partners with Hell vs Ichigo when it comes to bonds. So it's pretty good in that terms. It pretty much makes it so if you get Hellverse, you want to invest in a Kokuto. Plus, Kokuto is basically the counter to everybody except for Mukin and any partner that has immunities to Fury Reduction. Kokuto is pretty broken. I mean, he basically like doubles or more than doubles Hellverse Ichigo's damage while having a 28% speed modification. He's on some next level stuff. I mean, he's an amazing partner. If he had a speed bond, he would have been beyond broken, but he doesn't. So thank God for that. Also, I don't have to run into any Kokutos in my CSB, which is good. The only thing that worries me about having a Toshiro is if anyone does get Kokuto, it's gonna be a problem because my Toshiro will be Fury drained. So if I ever get into that kind of problem, if I ever have to face Kokutos and I lose, or if I have to worry about Chaos, then possibly I'll get Hashwald to replace Toshiro. And then I guess I would only use Toshiro for PvE. You know, I still have to figure that out. But here we go, after all those main changes, had to spend 20k gold, or not 20k gold, like 16k gold or less, 14, 12k. Had to get 20k Christmas cards and get 1,000 Grimjow frags. Which I was like, I am not waiting for this. So I started auto-clicking. I set the auto-clicker for too fast. Kind of spazzed out because the button was stuck even though I moved the mouse off of it. And I stopped the auto-clicker. So you have to be careful when you're auto-clicking these exchanges. But I end up getting the 1,000 Grimjow Matsu's frags. Basically, you guys saw in the last video, the only good Matsu I have is Harry. So I wanted to make myself a level 100 Grimjow and a level 50. That's how much 1,000 frags will get you, because I think it's like 700 frags for the level 80 upgrade, which will let you go up to 100, and then it's 300 frags to go up to 50 or something. So I'm gonna get myself the level 100 Grimjow Matsu for Toshiro, and the second one for Hellverse. Only problem is I don't have enough Matsu XP cards. They do need a lot of experience, and I did have like a couple hundred cards saved up. It was just not enough. And I, for some reason, wanted to level up the second one just to at least get the first upgrade so it wouldn't be too far behind, because I do need the stats. I mean, even like a level 5 Grimjow is better than the Mayuris I use. So it's a very crazy mod, so definitely go out for that one. It's currently the best Matsu in the game until they release a new one that can actually top it, but if you're going for Matsus, it's a good battle power boost, so I definitely recommend going for the Grimjow. At this point, I made the second one, got close to 30, and 30 would have been the first upgrade, but nah, I came close, wasn't able to do it. Then I had to basically swap out the Matsu. So Harry Bell is literally she is worse than the second Grimjow I have, and he's level 29. So that just shows you how good he really is. But the amount of XP you need to level him is ridiculous. Here we were going through the modifications, as well as the Shino pills, and I went almost 10 levels for such a small stat increase. I mean, I don't even think I raised battle power. That's how little it was. I thought it was bugged. I refreshed the game. Nope, still same issue. Here I was using the Hogyokus, the pills, and the Hogyoku fragments. Here I was opening the Spirit Stone boxes, and another 22 level 10s to open. I was really nervous, but you know, first day I opened like 20 something of those boxes. Didn't get myself any dodges. This time I get my first 2 dodges, get another block and break defense. You know, I got 8 staminas though. Like, I got a lot of staminas. Here I have to also use my candies. Got all the sockets, 72 to finish Hell vs. Ichigo set and Sexy Kukakus because it's 36 each for the first set of equipment. This is where I don't know if I want to upgrade them to the next set, which is also level 60, but I think it's Fire Lord or something like that. I'm not sure how much of a stat increase it would be or battle power boost. Here I went for Basic Furies to get my first pure T1 set without Evo and Toshiro. But I messed up and I got 1 extra Fury. It kind of sucks that I got 1 extra Fury Stone, just for the reason that it could have gotten me a tier 12 Hogu, which I was considered getting. But yeah, you know, I ended up overclicking it. Here I was testing to see if the Psychic, or if I had pure T1, but until you refresh the game was still acting like I had Psychic, even though I switched to Stand Fast, which a lot of the top players in the game are using, simply for the reason it gives you extra defense, and for region users it helps out so much when you get yourself that buff from the Zanpakuto. So 98 left, and this is where I'm like, wow, I fell too short, and I didn't want to recharge an extra 2k to get myself that one. So I'm going to use an Hogu Enhances. Right now, my main recharging goal is going for Shinji's gift box, which is going on in the next set of events, every single day to buy myself Hogu Enhances. And I was just like, you know, here I was kind of wondering what Hogyoku to buy. I have all the hybrid speed ones, don't have a pure red, but I didn't want to get it since Toshiro had a gold one. And since I wanted to work on Hellverse, I was like, I'll get the red physical because he still has a purple, and I really need to get rid of that. Now, while going through this, I was like, wow, the Hogyokus are all over the place, so I kind of shifted them around, fixed them. I had the pills as well, so I was going to use that to level some things. Now, when it comes to getting another Hogyoku, I think I'm going to go ahead and get myself the physical attack and speed, and just put it on Hellverse because I really want to improve his damage. My whole goal of this team is to be able to one-tap Mukins, so I just want to kill them. I'm honestly, like, just seeing Mukins in battle triggers me. Like, I hate how Go Games ruined this game, or just broke the meta so much. Ryujin was the first thing that broke the meta, and then Mukins, so I just really want to make my Hellverse strong enough to start instantly killing them. Kokuto's mods, I managed to get his 5th. I am going to go for pretty much his 6th modification, because it's also a modification when he gets hit, which would activate the same time as the 3rd one. So he'll basically give off 2 shields to my team as well as drop enemies' fury. And it's just, he's just kind of crazy. I mean, the fact that even a Zanpakuto hit activates those modifications is wow. So that's why he's such a good counter to everyone. I had to basically start finding out who I can inherit, and everyone went. Every single person I inherited, because I wanted to get Kukaku's 7th mod, Toshiro's 6th, because I don't know, it didn't occur to me before, but he's immune to silence and chaos. So that's kind of the reason why I was like, okay, I need to get his 6th mod. Here I was so close to the next Harrybell mod, and I was like, I need to get her up so I can inherit more frags. That immune to silence and chaos is going to help against enemy Toshiros if I come up against them. And, you know, chaos because there's a couple of Shinemus, and I think when she dies, she has a chaos death mod for supports. So I also needed to get Kukaku's last mod, since she's the reason why I do some damage on Void. And to make her overall tanky, I just wanted to drop her, or make her start dropping people's attacks. So much stuff still stacked up in the bags. I need more Soul of Conquest. You know, Kokuto still wasn't as strong as I thought he would be. Toshiro with all these exclusives. I basically wanted to get his exclusive level to 70, then get Kokuto 15, and I was gonna go rest into Hell vs Ichigo. I feel like I should have balanced it out between him and Kokuto a little bit better. But for now, I'll just get Hellverse to 50. After he gets 50, I will end up getting Kokuto to 50 as well, because the hardest part about making Hellverse Ichigo second is Kokuto is super damn fast. I mean, that modification alone plus the growth rates really makes a difference in the speed. So I don't have the exact like agility spirit stones, and I think Hellverse only has a tier 11 maxed out for speed. So his speed, I have to be very careful with what I do to Kokuto. I am also trying to get myself the tier 12 agilities on Toshiro. So until I get his 12s, I'm not going to be giving any sort of agility stones to Hellverse. And I'll probably give him like 9s and 10s just to make sure he's always faster. The freeze strat is working beautifully. Not have to go through all these spirit stones, which the staminas were cool for the fact that I got 3 level 12 staminas for Kukaku. She needs massive amount of HP just so she can live more in battle as well as heal back. And just, the longer Ryujin burns in Void, the better it is. So I need to start stacking Kukaku as well, just so she can survive. But Void region, and I need to properly figure out this Toshiro freeze. I would basically have to drop his speed to make him the slowest and make everybody faster. Which I think even if he had no equipments, he would be able to outspeed my entire team. So I have to drop like the boots, change the equipment with somebody else, because I don't know. I want to see how Void region works with the Toshiro freeze bug, and that works for Ryoka. It works for everything else. But the only place I want it to work is Void region itself, and finally see if my Hellverse can actually start doing damage. Because he can't do any damage in the first couple of rounds, and actually he doesn't survive past the second round, so I don't know how it's gonna work out exactly. But going through all these spirit stones, so much to do. I mean, but those level 12s look real nice. I personally still kind of like the level 11 stones more than the 12s, but seeing level 12 stones on my account for the first time, this account it has been dead for a very long time. And in order for me to bring it back, it is taking a lot of work and a lot of money to fix it. But that's why 2018 I'll be trying to fix or just raise power, and having the extra sockets for Hellverse and Kukaku finally lets me put some dodge stones into Kukaku. Not like it's gonna do anything. I mean, everyone has such high hit these days that the 90% dodge doesn't matter, but it's a little bit more BP, and you gotta flex on them stats. My first level 12 break defense, which funny enough, I sacrificed my main's break defense stones for that. It was awful. I went through my main and I'm like, wait, what happened to my stones? And I'm like, oh, so that's where I got the extra stones from. So, not like the main matters for me. He's just my bank. I deposit stones and I withdraw them whenever I need them. So I'll need to slowly get his break defense back up there. And mostly for the fact that I'm trying to raise overall battle power. I had the simple goal of getting my battle power a lot higher, getting up in the ranks of CSB, doing damage in Void, and getting back into Tournament of Thrones. So there was a lot of stuff I wanted to do. And the ultimate goal is destroy Mukins. Like, I just really want to destroy every single Mukin with my Hellverse, because that partner alone is too damn broken. Now, when I do get the Inferno Stones, I'll just stack them. If I was to spend them, I would go for Kyoka and see how that Zanpakuto works out with this team. Or, maybe get a different team by the time I have that. But otherwise, I'll just stack them for the next Inferno Stone reward. Got myself a lot more hit stones, so I figured upgrade everybody's hit rate, raise it a little bit. The hit rate alone, I guess you only really need like 300% hit, and you'll be set for Void and everything else. But why not just go like 400% hit, especially when hit stones can be so common. So you just keep raising it up. All these bonds, I'm trying to max the speed bond for Toshiro, but I wanted to get some more battle power and higher stats for Kokuto. So I figured get some levels into his bonds. His bonds are not really too amazing. He has physical attack and keto attack, which is great. Then he has damage immunity rate, which is also good for defense. Then he has HP as well as hit rate, which, you know, it's like hit rate is whatever. And HP, I mean, he has really low HP, so I think I shouldn't start investing into that HP bond. But here I had to start leveling up all these partners. Now, while I was leveling these partners, it did not occur to me that Sexy Kukaku is on my team. I mean, I didn't even see her name the entire time. I was too busy on trying to get 2 RI for Kokuto and get my Helver's 4 RI. So I was just like, use all the XP books. I wanted to get everybody 140, which, if I remembered Kukaku was a thing, I would have ended up using skill books on her to get her from 129 to 140 as well. But get Kokuto to 140, then I went up and reincarnated him twice, and then I had to level him back up to 140. Simply because I do not want to see that green. And I can't wait for the day I get Kokuto red, because that red reincarnation looks so damn sick. Which, I have to start doing higher Conquest of Mights. Especially with this team, I have to suffer through it. No matter how many hours it takes me, I will get through all those requirements sometime in the next week. I'll even record it for those of you who want to see Conquest of Might. How long it takes me to do it at least. Just because I really need to get myself the extra rewards. I need to get more Solar Conquests and more Reincarnation Stones. So I'll be working on that. Here I ended up reincarnating Hikifune to the 4th one, getting myself more XP books. I could have probably done it a 3rd time. Now, you drop 1,000 Reincarnation Stones every time you do 4 RI from scratch, but the 16,000 XP books are really good. I was just worried I wouldn't have enough to get Hell vs. Ichigo Gold, which I think I have 7,000. Yeah, I have like 7,000 Reincarnation Stones, and it takes 6k for 3rd and 4th together. So if I would have lost 1,000, I should have been exactly at 6k. But, you know, it's whatever. I mean, naturally, I'll get experience from Experience Instance and Ryoka as well as Evil Spirit. But that 4 RI just looks so damn sexy on Hell vs. Ichigo as well. Purple, you know, or pink reincarnation. I do like the way it looks. I was trying to maximize Ichigo's damage because I need him to start killing Mukins. So the higher the physical attack, the higher the percentages. That's what I was aiming for. I didn't want to reincarnate him at 140 because he would have dropped to level 100. And losing 40 levels, it would have basically made my Hellverse have 800k attack instead of 900k. Probably would have ended up losing 100k in stats. So losing around 13 levels is a lot better. You know, at this point, it's like 5k battle power per level. So I'd be able to reach 7 mil no problem if I had everyone 159. Maybe even a lot higher if I could. But doing all that, 6.7 mil BP gets me 2nd in battle power rankings on my server. Sephiroth was the 2nd ranking. He quit around the same time I quit. And, you know, I finally overtook him in battle power to get my ranking back. Here I wanted to get Kokuto's evolution because the early evolution, it just looks ugly. I'm going to get him to 7, which is the gold one, the first gold one. And then after I get Kukaku as well to gold, I'll start maxing them 1 by 1 from Toshiro to Hellverse. Evolution gives a pretty good amount of stats by the time you finish it. Plus, gives you more fury, and with Toshiro going up against Kokuto's, you basically need to have yourself max Evo with pure T1 and the red psychic enchant stone, I think, to be close to like almost safe, I think, or you might need to get even further up in the Fury Stones. But either I'm gonna go for T1 on Sexy Kukaku right now, or start improving Kokuto's T1 set just so I can give him the defense enchant as well. But for now, Fury Stones are not an issue. I mean, Hellverse having his passives make him skill every single round, it saves me on the Fury Stones. And, you know, Kukaku skilling first round is not really that important for me. If I had Gerard, though, I would need to get T1. So that's kind of why I'm wondering if I go for that, you know, 3rd set or whatever. But Kokuto finishing up the Evo as best I could. I just didn't want to reset with gold for evolutions. you know, I can't be going into Ultimate Battle Power anymore. I have to start working on Evos, which hurts, but I need to choose Battle Power over collecting, so 6.8 million so far. It's a huge change. I mean, Kokuto alone, or on the day of Kokuto, I changed by 1 million power. I went from 5.8 to 6.8. Here, I wanted to test myself against Sephiroth because he was still able to beat me, just for the reason that his Kukaku was tankier and has more HP. So that was pretty much the reason why he was actually winning fights against me. But finally, with this team and the battle power I have now, I can win no problem. Which, you know, Hell vs Ichigo's damage is just... that alone is amazing to see. And then I was like debating at the last second. I was like, maybe I should get myself tier 13 Hogu. Or at least it was like, I'm gonna give myself one tier 13 Hogu because I'll get a tier 12 on Visor Revenge when it comes back. I'll spend another 16k, 8k for 2 days. And I basically want to get myself a tier 13 Wisdom as well as Agility for the future. I'm not sure how I want to do it. Like, I could go... Right now, Toshiro has a tier 11 Wisdom, so that's why I wanted to get a tier 13 Wisdom for him. I have a tier 12 Strength, I have a tier 11 Agility, as well as a tier 12 Agility. So I think I will get a tier 13 Agility. For now, I'm keeping it to where I'll get... I think I end up switching the tier 13 to Strength, or something like that. But it's going to be a placeholder until I get myself that tier 12 Strength, or that tier 12 box from Visor. Then I'll end up changing that back to an Agility, and just seeing where it takes me, I guess. But Kokuto is just going to be a lot faster, so I have to be very careful. And spending a few more got me a bit more exclusives, and it just ended up using the rest of Matsu cards because tier 13 Hogus are 6k each. So I got Hellverse to 49 exclusive. Once I get 50, I start working on Kokuto. You know, it's weird seeing my bag. My mochila is finally empty. Like, the mochila is empty. Like, wow. This thing has been stuffed all damn year long. And I finally have room. It's like, I don't remember the last time I did soul cultivation where my bag wasn't full. So, also, this is where I get my first tier, or level 12 Strength Stun on Hellverse Ichigo. I need to get all 12s eventually for Strength, because he needs that damage boost. I also get my first tier 11 counter, which just, you know, it's nice to see high level stones for once. I mean, Lord knows how long it's been. That also, like, experience mod soul card thing is a little bit buggy. Sometimes you have to manually do it. But this is what you guys been waiting for. Seeing how the team performs. So let me go over the strategy because it's been a while. So Toshiro hits off first. He has to be the fastest. Freezes the enemy. Hellverse Ichigo goes second. Just does 30% more damage because of the targets being frozen. And Kokuto is there to boost his attack and damage rate by 40%. This team is sexy. This team hits hard. It is, like, you have to pay attention to the Golden Strawberry's hits. Alright, Strawberry Boy he's fucking stacked. I mean, he hits hard. I don't even remember at the time when I played Brazil, even your watch was not hitting anywhere near as hard as this Hellverse does. Like, those are 19 million crits, 30 million crits. They just go up. And it's mostly because of Kokuto as well as the stuff he has. You know, he's not even my most stacked partner, but he does a lot of work. And I do love Kokuto's skill animation, but comboing sometimes screws me because he'll take off freezes. So I have to be careful when I do battles, because the combo to Kokuto can actually screw me up. He honestly doesn't do a lot of damage by himself. You saw a 2 million crit there, you know, it's still a lot of damage, but it depends on who you're fighting. For the high end or top ranks of CSB, I need Hellverse to hit, because he just lays out the dong. I mean, the hits I was seeing with him, I could not believe. Like, I was in shock. I was like, is Hellverse really hitting that? I had to screenshot it to look at the numbers. I was like, how many places is that? The team is fun. It's amazing. Now, don't be surprised if you start seeing a lot of people go for this team now. especially with Kokuto's release. And people, once they probably see this video, will be like, "Wow, like Kokuto Hellverse teams is gonna be crazy." Now, I'm not sure if this Hellverse can still do more damage than Muken's. Mainly for the reason that when people get Muken, they fully stack him, and Toshiro is still more stacked than Hellverse. I wonder if I did a one-man army Hellverse Ichigo team, how would that perform? Because then he'd be fully stacked with like maybe 80 exclusive, if not more. All the Hogyokus. He would have such high speed then, because he would have all the red Hogyokus and a better Hogu and all this kind of stuff. Like, what if he was fully stacked? Also, wisdoms for defense. One-man army Hellverse with a Kokuto to buff him. If I was faster than everyone, it would be scary to see. But that's why I don't want to compare Hellverse's Ichigo's damage to Muken's. Just because everyone stacks their Muken as soon as they get him to the fullest. They go for exclusive skill, basically. But here you guys can see the damage for yourself and compare. Yes, you'll see me fight Mukens later on as well. They start showing up now. It is just, the team is a lot of fun. You know, I'm glad I came back to Bleach Online. The spending addiction's been real. Like 140k gold or more spent in this event cycle. I'm honestly not too far off VIP 10, and I wonder when I'm gonna get that. But for now, I'm gonna try to hold off limit spending. Only go for battle power stuff. And this is where we first see the first Muken get one banged. The Muken died. Now you can only imagine that he's fully stacked with physical attack and strength, so he must have really high physical defense. He still took, I think it was like 1 million or whatever that was, 9 million or 900k. And I fought Mayuri today, not the day this was recorded, with a full team, or this was basically his ult. So I can finally beat his ult because that Muken is scary. I mean, even his Muken takes the hit, like, wow. So seeing this perform, I would say I'm third fastest in CSB, behind Furia and Ohai Miyu. And as far as beating people, I don't know, I can probably take like third or fourth now easily, with just the way the team is, without really improving my power. I still have like a lot of power under all the top guys. They have like 10 mil BP. PvP wise, I'm 8 mil, so they have like 2-3 million BP over me. Their stats are overall higher, but I'm still beating some of these guys. And Hellverse Ichigo's damage is ridiculous. The last mod is broken. Even his modification that just basically heals your team after, I think he heals your entire team after he skills or attacks. He's just crazy. But you know, Furia, the king of our CSB and Tournament of Throne, I can't even hit him. I mean, there is a battle to where I'll have the link in the description because I forgot to include this. I basically fight a different team in arena, and my Hellverse Ichigo got tanked. I couldn't even hit him. That's how scarily overpowered he is. But here you guys see the final changes of the team. 915k physical attack, almost 200% damage rate. Now, Kokuto's 5th mod does not show on the stats, so it only activates as a halo in battle, so the attack and the damage rate that Hellverse Ichigo is getting does not show on the stats. Toshiro as well, 1.6 million speed, almost 1.7 million speed. Close to 700k strategy attack. And then I forgot about Kukaku's level. I mean, but I want to focus on battle power, get everybody as stacked up as they could be. 2nd battle power on the server. Also, you'll see here from today, guys, I was pointing out to be by Furia that I am back into Tournament of Throne. So that concludes the video. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Ryujin no Ken wo kure!